I don't really care about the YouTube channel, don't care at all. I've made the hard decision now after weighing this up so many times, after speaking to my close friend who helps me make these decisions, Sam. I've made the hard decision now to stop this content production machine that we had here, this huge team that we had of 7 video editors and TikTok guys and sales guys and Twitter guys, and we had over a dozen employees.
Is the reason why. It's the because of your mission. So your mission is the big goal, the big thing in your mind that your mind obsesses over. Okay, I need to make more money, I need to get higher grades, I need to help my family, I need to get attract women and have sex. Whatever your mind and your soul obsesses over is your big mission. Your purpose is the fuel behind that.
Gratitude is more like a trait, a skill. It's the skill of counting your blessings. So gratitude is like the scientific version of happiness, because happiness, as you may know, it's kind of a wishy-washy emotion. You don't really know when you'd get happy. Sometimes you're happy for no reason. Sometimes you can't be happy even in a situation where you should be happy. Gratitude is the scientific version of that, which you can induce with total control. And forever. Gratitude is when you stop and you force your brain to think positive thoughts of things that you appreciate.
And I'd be an atheist for the rest of my life. I don't believe in God, right? Maybe you've seen over the last 1 year or so that I've really started to consider this more and more, to the point now that I'm literally reading the Quran. My mom used to make me read that when I was a child, and I never really wanted to. I always struggled or whatever. And now I've actively started reading it by my own accord. And the act of dopamine detoxing is just about stopping the bad dopamines, the bad habits that seem to give us a bit of a spike in enjoyment and pleasure today, right now, but make our life worse in the long run. But we kind of know that later on, once the pleasure is gone, the consequences remain. I was the one who luckily, honestly, I was just lucky. I just cracked the code of NoFap when I was 18 years old. And I just realized you have to progressively unload instead of just cutting it out completely and trying to get to day 90. Anyone who tells you they're on day X of NoFap, I know for 100% certainty they're actually gonna fail. If you know what day you're on right now, I know for 100% certainty that you're gonna fail, you're gonna relapse again. If I ask some guy, what day of NoFap are you on? And he just shrugged him, I don't know, I don't count it. I know for a fact he's gonna be absolutely fine.
Good mental health will make everything line up. Let's imagine a scenario. Let's say you had the most perfect mental health. You were happy almost all day, every day. You were grateful for all of the relationships you had. You felt so proud of all of the achievements that you've gotten. In this perfect mental health scenario, do you think you would have an issue with NoFap? Would you be jacking off 3 times a day? Probably not. Would you be scrolling on your phone and just overindulging on instant gratification? Again, it's unlikely. In this perfect mental health scenario, do you think you would struggle to go to the gym? Nah. It would be pretty easy, and I bet you'd actually feel quite excited to go and exercise.
Discipline is the skill of doing the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.